What's going on, everybody? In this video, I wanted to break down passive income for a lot of the new entrepreneurs out here. Now, passive income, as you probably know it, is the act of making money in your sleep, which sounds like the greatest thing ever. But how realistic is passive income, and is passive income truly passive? If you watch till the end of this video, at the very end, I'm going to give you my 5 top forms of passive income and how to break into each one. But the moral of this video is that passive income is not truly passive at all, but instead exists on a spectrum and follows a set of laws that I like to call Jay's laws of passive income that I'm going to teach you. So if you're starting out as an entrepreneur, get the thought of passive income out of your head. Passive income is where you put the money that you make so that it becomes an investment that eventually makes money while you sleep. You put your money to work making you money. However, you need money to invest in any form of passive income that we're going to talk about that's actually going to move the needle for you. So if you're a beginning entrepreneur, you need to figure out how to make money not passively first. So some big misconceptions about passive income. One is that it's passive. You put money into a box and watch it grow while you sleep. It's not really how it works. 2 is that this is safe money, that this is going to continue for the rest of your life without you having to do anything. That's also very untrue. The 3rd is this image of yourself sitting on a beach, collecting money, making millions of dollars. Passive income does not generally work like that. But the big rule to follow in all of my videos and probably every piece of content that you consume is there are exceptions to everything. I see people who supposedly are making millions of dollars while they sleep with various different modes of passive income that we're going to talk about in a few minutes. But in general, passive income is not a dream. You're going to have to work for it. It does follow these very specific set of laws that you're going to have to keep in mind when choosing which form of passive income is right for you. So let's start off with Jay's laws of passive income. There are 2 laws. The first is that the harder you work to set up that form of passive income and the harder you work to maintain it, the more that form of passive income is going to pay you. Remember, they exist on a spectrum. The forms of passive income and these investments that take least amount of work to set up and the least amount of work to maintain are also probably going to pay you the least. Now, vice versa, forms of passive income that you take a lot of time to set up, take years to really put the love and the effort into building them and maintaining them, those are the pieces of passive income that are going to actually generate you a lot of money. And the law number 2 of passive income is that the riskier that form of passive income is, the more that it can potentially pay you. There are some forms of passive income, such as real estate and dividends, that are extremely safe, but won't pay you nearly as much as some other forms, which we're going to talk about later in this video. So with that being said, let's get into 5 forms of passive income that I put together, and I ranked each one of these forms of passive income on 3 different categories. 1, the risk. 2, the return, and 3, how much work it's going to take to set up and maintain. So the first form of passive income is one that I made sure you guys are all probably very familiar with, and that's real estate. Real estate essentially is when you buy a piece of property, usually with a mortgage, where you take a loan from the bank, you buy this piece of property, and then you fill it with tenants who pay off your mortgage and rent. Usually there's a little bit left over at the end after you pay your property managers and your taxes and whatnot. So real estate usually ends up paying a couple of $100s per month at the end of all of that. There is some risk involved, but in general, the work to purchase this property, get the tenants in there, and maintain it is all very low. Granted, it only pays a couple of $100s a month per piece of real estate that you have. So you need to generate a pretty substantial real estate portfolio in order to actually be comfortable on real estate alone. The next form of passive income that we can talk about is dividends. So there are certain stocks that you can buy that will pay you a dividend, which is basically a payment to shareholders every, say, quarter or even annually or monthly. Dividend that they pay you is as passive as they come. You put money into a stock and every quarter you get a check back in return. In general, unless you're buying a stock that is relatively risky with super high dividends, this is a pretty safe form of investment, and you can make a check pretty much every quarter without having to do anything. So the work is very low, but usually the return is also fairly low. Let's change gears and talk about a high risk form of passive income, and that is a business. Now, a business is one of the ultimate forms of passive income if it runs itself. Remember, if you're operating this business every day, 9 to 5 or even longer, then it's no longer a form of passive income. You're actively working to maintain it and it doesn't count. However, if you set up the business so that it is managed, growing, and does everything without you being present, then it is a form of passive income. Obviously, businesses take a long time to set up and get to this level. And some examples of businesses are drop shipping. A lot of people are huge proponents of dropshipping, but it takes quite a bit of time and skill to set up a dropshipping store that's actually effective, especially with the marketing. I had a passive income business, which I still have, but doesn't perform nearly as well as it used to, and that was a social media automation company. It took me about a year to get it to the point where it was passive income and it was growing and running without me having to be there. However, businesses are a riskier form of passive income. Times change, social media changes, whatever your business is doing, I guarantee the landscape is going to be different in 5 years. So you're going to have to be able to maneuver differently in order to keep that business alive. And these things can take quite a bit of work to maintain, grow, but the returns are usually the highest. Some other forms are e-commerce on Amazon, social media automation, drop shipping. These are just some forms of passive income that you can apply to your business. Getting these things self-sufficient can sometimes take years, but the payoff is high. Okay, the next form of passive income we can talk about is affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is when you sell other people's online products, digital courses, softwares, and you get paid a commission to do so. There's a lot of different ways to sell them. There's websites such as ClickBank, which makes it really easy, where you can go on and basically pick a product or software to sell, see what they pay you in return, and then start promoting that online product. You can do this through your YouTube channel, your blog, your social media. A lot of people make a lot of money doing affiliate marketing. The return is actually pretty good, and the work to set it up is really going to be the difficult part. You need to figure out how you're going to market this, get people to sign up using your affiliate link. A lot of times YouTube tutorials on different software is a good way to go. If you have a blog, that's another good way to go. But affiliate marketing can be very effective, and there's other websites other than ClickBank that make this very easy to actually do. Fifth and last one that I want to talk to you about is ad revenue. So if you're fortunate enough to be able to create a online hub such as a blog or a YouTube channel or somewhere where a lot of people traffic, you can almost always get paid for the traffic to those sites. YouTube makes this very easy. There's a lot of plugins for WordPress that make this very easy to display people's ads and get paid for them. This can actually generate a lot of money. People make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on YouTube ads and things of that nature. But setting these things up can be a lot of work. If you can generate traffic to a channel, you're going to be okay. So generating traffic to a blog page or a YouTube channel, or even an Instagram channel where you have someone doing your stories or your paid posts for you, all of those are really good forms of passive income. Okay, so that's 5 methods of passive income that we just spoke about. Remember, a lot of these take quite a bit of work to set up, and a lot of these take quite a bit of an investment to actually get the ball rolling and start collecting some money. And like I said, this exists on a spectrum, and I'm going to put the spectrum up here for you to look at. But in general, the harder you have to work to set up your form of passive income, the more that form of passive income is going to pay you. If you want to sit back and collect money doing absolutely no work, look into something like buying stocks and dividends, so you can just sit back and every quarter collect a check. However, if you want to take your hard-earned money and put it to work where it's actually generating you a lot of money, look into something like e-commerce or something that pays you based on how much work that you're putting in. I personally, other than the social media automation company, which I run, it still generates me some passive income. Me and my partner are always working to create new forms of passive income, such as in e-commerce brands, where we actually work pretty hard up front to set these things up. And then the goal is these pay you more and more for your entire lifetime. But again, a lot of these forms of passive income can be risky. We don't know what the landscapes are going to look like 5 to 10 years from now. Get used to working hard to maintain these forms of passive income, but they are real, they are out there. There's a lot of misconceptions about them, and I've probably missed 20 to 25 other forms of passive income that a lot of people are taking advantage of to make a lot of money. If you go online and start looking at some of the pros, there's a lot of really good information out there. But work hard on your main business. Take all of that money and figure out where you're going to put it, so that that money then ends up going to work to make you more money. And that's what it's really all about. Okay, thank you for watching this episode. I really hope you found something useful in here. If you did, drop a comment asking me any question. I always answer my comments. And with that being said, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.